It was originally suggested by Robert Greene that to become an expert in an area, one needs to have an understanding of the following. You have to have a deep fascination with the topic and a strong emotional connection to it. To be considered religious, your interest must extend beyond the confines of the field itself. The purpose is not simply about finding something that you are good at or even something that you enjoy doing. Rather, it is about finding that thing that resonates profoundly within you, that thing that makes you feel alive and passionate. What matters is that you discover a subject or field that you are so passionate about that you are willing to devote your entire life to it. The motor that drives us, the compass that leads us, and the fuel that propels us onward are all derived from our sense of purpose. We are roused from our sleep at night and roused from our sleep in the morning by it. What gives our lives meaning, what gives our job relevance, and what gives our existence a sense of direction is what it contains. It is not enough to simply have love and a great interest to achieve mastery. Both qualities are very necessary. They are the components that elevate the achievement of ordinary efforts to the level of spectacular accomplishment. The sparks that kindle the flame of desire, the currents that carry us through the river of challenges, and the winds that elevate us to the heights of accomplishment are all things that they are. But how can we discover this reason for being? How do we get to the bottom of this passion? How can we find out about this incredibly interesting topic? Not only is it not always simple, but it is also not always evident. Self-reflection and discovery of oneself are necessary for it. It demands bravery and dedication to accomplish. Both patience and perseverance are required for this. Furthermore, once we have found it, once we have uncovered it, once we have discovered it, we are obligated to tend to it, nourish it, and safeguard it. The investment of our time and effort is required of us. To hydrate it, we need to use our tears and perspiration. Both our hearts and our souls are required to protect it. It is important to keep in mind that your mission is your power, regardless of whether you are an artist or an engineer, a teacher or a student, a healthcare provider or a dancer. It is your one-of-a-kind contribution to be made to the world. You're the one who will find happiness and fulfillment through this road. Keep in mind that your mission ought to be something that is on the verge of being religious. It ought to be something that you feel a strong passion for. The question is, how does one understand their purpose? Let us investigate Greene's mode of operation. All of this starts with some self-reflection. Look into it. Pose challenging questions to yourself. Which things excite you? To what extent do you have a natural talent? Rather than being a source of tension, what is it that keeps you up at night, rather than a source of stress? The answers to these questions may appear straightforward at first glance. Nonetheless, they need you to delve deeply into the innermost parts of your mind. According to Greene, this is an essential first stage in the process. It's all about finding out who you are at your core and discovering who you are as an individual. Exploration is the next step once you have spent some time reflecting on your own experiences. Here's where you put your skills to the test. During your time of introspection, you engage in a variety of activities, fields, and interests that are congruent with the answers you uncovered. You make an effort, you experience failure, you gain knowledge, and you develop. Exploration is not about finding the ideal fit right immediately. Rather, it is about gaining knowledge of your strengths and weaknesses, as well as your passions and how they interact with the various aspects of the world around you. Exploration, on the other hand, should not be directionless. Rather, it ought to be directed by a feeling of self-awareness. In Greene's process, this is the third step that he takes. It is important to keep in mind that this is not a one-time exercise. It is not a box that you can check off on your path to find who you are. It is a process that is ongoing and always changing. We are not static beings, as Greene says. Rather, we develop, we change, and we experience evolution. What's more, as we progress, our purpose might also evolve and change. Therefore, continue to engage in self-reflection, continue to explore, and continue to be self-aware. You are on a journey of self-discovery. Let these steps serve as your guide. The process should not be rushed. Instead, you should welcome the unpredictability, take pleasure in the exploration, and most importantly, be patient with yourself. The process of coming to learn more about oneself is an ongoing adventure. What comes next when you have successfully identified your purpose? Let us investigate Greene's ideas regarding the accomplishment of your aim. On this road, the first step is to establish goals that are relevant to you. Greene advises that these should not simply be arbitrary aims, but rather that they should have a strong connection to the purpose that you are working toward. The realization of these objectives will act as a compass for you, directing you through the inevitable challenges and detours that may appear along the path of your journey. The significance of resiliency is something that follows. According to Greene, resilience is not merely about being able to weather the storm. Rather, it is about being able to learn how to dance in the rain without complaining. It is about accepting the difficulties that come your way and turning them into chances for personal development and advancement. It is not enough to simply pick yourself up after you have fallen. You need also to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every obstacle serves as a springboard for a breakthrough. Unwavering commitment is yet another essential component. It is not a sprint. Rather, it is a marathon to accomplish your one-of-a-kind purpose. The commitment must be maintained over time, and the individual must be willing to continue on the path even when things become difficult. The color green serves as a reminder that dedication is similar to a muscle and that the more you exercise it, the tougher it becomes. Put your dedication to the test every day you go. And last but not least, we have ongoing education. According to Greene, the minute you stop learning is the moment you stop growing, and the moment you stop growing is the moment you stop moving closer to your unique mission. Greene believes that once you stop learning, you stop growing. Always remember to keep growing, learning, and moving forward. The path that leads you to accomplish your one-of-a-kind goal is not a straight line. Rather, it is strewn with curves and turns as well as highs and lows. On the other hand, every turn, every twist, every up and every down presents an opportunity for personal development, for learning, and for becoming a more improved version of oneself. In addition, Greene believes that this is the true reason for embarking on this voyage. In the process of accomplishing your one-of-a-kind mission, it is not enough to simply realize your dream. You must also strive to become the most ideal version of yourself. According to Greene, mastery is not a question of genetics or luck. Rather, it is a question of following your natural inclinations and the deep desire that stirs you from within. This is a remarkable sentence that perfectly captures the core of that which is known as mastery. This is not a destination, but rather a journey, a never-ending process of delving deeper into your passions and honing your talents. Mastery is not something that is naturally bestowed upon a select few by coincidence or via familial privilege. Rather, it is something that is achieved through effort, perseverance, and the unrelenting pursuit of one's intrinsic inclinations. It is important to pay attention to that voice within you, that desire that is buried deep within you, which is what drives you ahead and fuels your passion. Final thoughts. The path ahead is not an easy one. To be successful, you need to have self-control, perseverance, and a need for information. The benefits, on the other hand, are incalculable. The mastery of a trade, craft, art, or science offers a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that is unparalleled in comparison to any other experience. It is important to keep in mind that mastery is a path of ongoing learning and development. Accept and embrace your one-of-a-kind purpose and allow it to lead you to mastery. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.